Twice a year, the sun stands still. And during that pause, magic opens. Whether you're stepping into winter's darkest night or summer's brightest fire, this summer has a gift for you where you get to take a moment to tap into your inner witch and celebrate the wheel of the year. My name is Sandra. I have been on the Witchcraft path now for over 35 years. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, and I help other witches who are struggling to start a practice or deepen a practice to connect to nature, to ritual, to magic every day with ease. And in this video, I'm going to show you a really simple ritual that you can do for the winter solstice or the summer solstice, depending on where you are in the world. Really simple. All you need is a candle. Of course, you can have some other props as well. And I'll also talk a little bit about what you can do during these solstices to further celebrate the solstice. Now, before we start, if you are new to the craft, or maybe you've been practicing witchcraft for a while, but you just feel like you're not getting anywhere because you don't know where to start and you don't know how to pace yourself along the way, maybe you're not even sure what witches do, I do have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice, and it will take you right from the very beginning of where the best place to start is, how to pace yourself along the way through all of the practices and things that we do. It'll tell you what we do so that you know what you're going to be doing for the next 12 months. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, the solstices are that time of the year when it seems like the sun is sort of standing still momentarily anyway. The winter solstice is the darkest night, so the night is way longer than the day. In the summer solstice, the day is way longer than the night. The solstice even means sun stands still. So it's like the sun is standing still before it starts to change direction. Up until the solstice, the sun is either waxing or it's waning. So with the winter solstice, it is waning. So it gets to its lowest point in the sky and then it starts to wax again. With the summer solstice, the sun has been waxing and waxing and waxing and waxing till it gets to its highest point in the sky, and then it starts to wane again over the next 6 months. So we have this opposing cycle between the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, where on one hand, the sun is getting bright, and dull. And then, of course, it reverses again 6 months later. There's this complementary polarity, southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere, where things change directions, even the winds change. So it's exciting to look at the entire world and know that even if you're celebrating the winter solstice right now or the summer solstice right now, on the other side of the world, the complete opposite is happening. And even more interesting is for all of those witches who are on the equator or very near the equator, you're not even experiencing winter or summer. You're experiencing the wet season and the dry season, essentially. So it's even different for you. And what's important about the solstices, well, all of the Sabbats really, is to tune into where you are in the world and what's going on where you live, because it's different everywhere. In the really extreme parts of the globe, north and south, the winter solstice will be experienced with snow and cold, and the summer solstice may be quite mild. The closer you get to the equator, of course, the summer solstice is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger, very hot, humid summers, and winters that are very mild. So take notice of where you live and what's happening where you live. Now, the winter solstice is about sort of hibernating, doing shadow work, maybe doing work to create things for the year coming when the sun starts to get stronger again. What sort of things are you going to be wanting to build? Are you going to want to increase your finances? Are you going to want to bring more love into your life? What plans have you got for the year as the sun starts to wax? If you're in the southern hemisphere at this time of this video, you'll be celebrating the summer solstice. So what are you bringing to fruition around about this time? What have you been working on? What's at the height of its energy? How are you feeling? Are you at the height of your energy at this time? Are the people around you at the height of their energy at this time? With the summer solstice, it's about doing things and building things and making things and thinking about how you're going to bring that to completion further along the track as the sun begins to wane. Now, the first ritual I want to start with is the summer solstice, because that's the one I'm celebrating at the time of this video. So I'll go and show you a really simple ritual that you can do to celebrate the summer solstice, and some other things that you can do even during the ritual that can just help you feel like you're tuning into the energy of the season. So for this ritual, I have a white candle. You could use a yellow candle or an orange candle to symbolize the sun. Or if you live where I live, or in a place where at summer it's all about the beach and swimming, which it kind of is where I am, then you might want to use a blue candle, because traditionally that's what I used to use for the summer solstice. I've got some ponciana flowers here. I've got some mother of herb flowers and also some branches from one of my trees. And these colors symbolize summer to me where I live. We have ponciana trees that just have these beautiful red or orange flowers that are just everywhere at this time of the year. And I really associate the ponciana trees particularly with summer and with the summer solstice. Now, where I live in the Southern Hemisphere, we celebrate the summer solstice at the same time that the mainstream are celebrating Christmas. So there's a lot of decorations out there, there's Christmas trees everywhere. And even though that's associated traditionally with Yule, the Yule tree, here where I live, I can't help but associate it with summer, because the Christmas trees are out every summer solstice. So it's kind of like we have a summer solstice tree and a Yule tree where I am. Kind of weird, but that's what it's like living in Australia. Now, I'm just going to use some really simple oil. For summer, you could use orange sweet oil or bergamot oil, something refreshing. Any of the citrus oils are good. And I'm just going to anoint the candle. I'm wanting to bring all the good things about the solstice to me. So I'm going to just anoint it towards me from the tip of the candle down to the base and just put the candle there. Tune into the season. Tune into how you feel this time of the year. You can focus on any projects or anything that you might be doing, and then light the candle. And as you look at the flame, see the heat of the day, the longest day of the year. Feel into the warmth around you, and then say, on this brightest day, I honor the light. I honor my power. I honor the fire that lives within me. As the sun stands high, so do I rise. So do I shine. So does my magic expand. With gratitude and joy, I embrace my blessings. I celebrate the fullness of my life and the radiance of my spirit. So mote it be. Now, after you've just done that prayer to the summer solstice, you can do some other rituals as well. You could have a petition spell, for example, where you write down on a piece of paper what your goal is for the summer solstice. What are you wanting to complete? What are you wanting to successfully have come to completion within, say, the next few weeks or the next few months? Write that down on a piece of paper. Focus on what the end result of that would feel like and look like for you, as if you're already experiencing the end result. It's already successful. How does that feel in your body? And then burn that piece of paper in either a safe fireproof bowl or your cauldron. Another thing you can do for the summer solstice is to get a bowl of water and leave it out under the morning sun. So wait till the sun rises, leave it out there for about an hour, and then bring it in. And you can use that water for anointing candles or for potions or any of the spell work that you're wanting to do in the next 6 weeks or so of the summer solstice season. Summer solstice is the perfect time to do confidence spells as well. So you can use your summer solstice candle or bring a spell candle that is either an orange color or a red color. Anoint it with, again, orange sweet or bergamot to bring more confidence into your life. And as you're focusing on the flame, imagine what it would feel like to be confident, to not be so concerned about what other people think of you. What would that feel like? And there's a 2-line chart that I'm going to give you that you can use as you're watching the flame during this confidence spell. And it goes like this. As the sun shines high, confidence rises within me. As the sun shines high, confidence rises within me. As the sun shines high, confidence rises within me. You could also charge a crystal during this time. Crystals that are associated with the sun, like citrine, for example, to bring in more prosperity, or sunstone to bring in more prosperity. And every year you could have a special ritual around this crystal to program it to bring you in prosperity all through the year. Let me know in the comments field if you've got other things that you like to do during the summer solstice and ways to celebrate the summer solstice. Now we're going to celebrate the winter solstice. Now for the winter solstice, you could use whatever you have around you at that time of the year. You could have pine cones, you could have a little bowl of snow if you have snow, whatever symbolizes winter for you, whatever is flowering at winter, if you have winter flowers, or any greenery that you might have, that is very much a symbol of winter for you. Where I live, we have mostly evergreen trees, so I just use evergreen tree branches as my flora when I'm celebrating the winter solstice, for example, or I'll use pine cones because we have those as well. A white candle is perfect for winter solstice. You could also use purple candle as well. When I first started practicing the craft, I used to use purple for the winter solstice. So light the candle. Focus on the season, the energy of the season. What's happening where you live? How do you know it's the winter solstice where you are? Are the animals behaving differently? Are some hibernating? Where I live, it's very mild in winter, so it's beautiful weather where I live. So I tend to be outdoors more in the winter, whereas I know that some of you that are in a harsher climate during winter are probably locked indoors, because you may even be locked indoors because of snowstorms. So it really just depends on where you live in the world as to how winter feels to you and what it means to you. So focus on the flame. Now this time with the winter solstice, you want to see the flame as bringing light into the darkness, illuminating what's dark and bringing warmth into the coldness. And then say, on this longest night, I honor the darkness. I honor the quiet. I honor the space where new life begins. As the light returns, so does my hope. So does my strength. So does my magic. From the belly of the night, I rise renewed. I welcome the returning sun into my heart, my home and my path. So mote it be. And just feel in, once again, to the winter energy. Are there things that you're wanting to bring in as the sun begins to wax again? Are you wanting to create new things? Now's the time to think about what it is you're wanting to build or what you're wanting to create for the year ahead. Now for the winter solstice, you can do a ritual with a black candle to let go of something. What are you wanting to let go of? Write it down on a piece of paper. Focus on what it would feel like to no longer have that in your life anymore, or maybe what you replace that with. What does that feel like in your body? What does that feel like in your emotions? Then burn the piece of paper. You can also then do a ritual with a white candle where you're writing down what you want to replace that with. Once again, focus on what it feels like to have that replacement, to be doing what it is that you'd be doing or having or being, and then burn that piece of paper as well. Another great thing to do during a winter solstice is to just sit down and journal. Just do some automatic writing where you just write down at least a page of whatever it is that you're thinking and you're feeling. Allow yourself to just write without censoring yourself, without worrying about the spelling or anything like that. Just allow yourself to write whatever is coming through for you. Now, the theme of that could be what you're wanting to change during this time. So what do you want to remove and what do you want to bring in? And you could do the journaling prior to doing those 2 petition spells, where you're using the black candle to let go of something and the white candle to bring it into you. You can also charge up a crystal at this time. a crystal that is associated with maybe your intuition, like amethyst, for example, and meditate holding that crystal and tuning into what the energy of the crystal is like. How does it make you feel? And then go and write in your journal after you've done that. There's so many different things you can do at various times of the year to celebrate the season and the whole energy of the season. So during winter, you're wanting to tap into more your internal self. Start thinking about what you're wanting to create, what you want to let go of. Come back home to self. Now, if you're tired of piecing your practice from books and from YouTube videos, and you want to really bring witchcraft into your life on a daily basis, to give your life meaning, to give it more of a sense of purpose, and to tap into your inner witch, then I want to invite you to the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. It's my 12-month course where I take you by the hand. I take you right from the very beginning of witchcraft practice, where you're learning energy work, so that you can start to connect to the energy that is around you and learn how to influence the energy around you so that you can start to create the life you want to create with joy, with peace, and an empowered sense of self. And as you progress throughout the course, you'll learn more and more skills. You'll tap more into who you are and your inner witch so that you can start to feel more empowered in your life, feel more connected to nature, to the god and goddess, to yourself, by just doing really simple practices every day. You'll also learn meditation and how to use guided meditations to help you connect to your intuition and your own inner guidance. You'll also learn how to connect to deities and how they can also help you in your life as well. So that's the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you'll also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Blessed be.